guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to use the Morphe Fall Into Frost palette, and I create a really easy and basic fall look. To start off, I'm going to set my eyeshadow primer using this first matte shade right here. Now this is my first time using this palette, and it is my first time testing it out, seeing how it works. Hopefully it doesn't have a lot of fallout because I didn't apply any powder under my eyes to catch that fallout, but we will see. For my transition shade, I'm going to use the third matte shade. What I am noticing right now is that on my skin tone, so far these two colors are not very noticeable. Not sure if it has to do with the actual colors themselves or the pigmentation, but I'll see as we go into the deeper shades. For my crease, I'm going to grab the second to last shade. I'm going to focus this color in the outer corner, and once the color gets less or the product starts to wear off, I'm going to bring it into the inner corner. These are definitely colors that you have to build up in order to get that deep, rich color that comes up in the pan themselves. Once you first apply it, I'm sure if you've noticed, they're not as pigmented as the color in the actual pan, but they seem to be buildable. Now I'm going to take this dark last shade. It's more of a charcoal black. It's not necessarily a very dark black, but I'm going to try to deepen my outer corner. Yeah, this black is more of a gray black versus a pitch dark black. Now I'm going to go back with the same brush I used to work on my crease, and I'm going to blend the black and that brown shade a little bit better. Now I'm going to take this shade right here. It's the second from the third row, and it's a burgundy type of red, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. Now I'm going to take a clean brush and blend that better into my crease. This red shade does have fallout. And from blending, the red shade wore off a little or blended away a little bit. So I'm just going to reapply that and keep blending, and I'm going to go back and forth until it looks right. I don't know if you guys can see, but all of this right here is fallout from that red shimmer shade. The mattes didn't have fallout at all, but the shimmer, it's all over my face. To clean up my brow bone, I'm going to mix these two matte shades right here. And as you know, I like to clean up my corners, so I'm going to mix those same two matte shades that I used on my brow bone and just blend them into my corners a little bit. For highlight, I'm going to use this middle shade. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take this shade right here, the second to last. It's that same shade that we applied in the crease, and I'm just going to blend that all over my lower lash line. And just to be extra, I'm going to take this last shade from the third row and I'm going to apply it to the center of my lid. It's in the same color family as the shade I applied on my lid already, except it is a little lighter and it reflects more light. So in essence, I should be creating a halo effect on my eye. And because it's a little bit of a lighter color, it should bring some more light onto the eye look so it doesn't look as dark. And again, because it's a shimmer, there was fallout, so just whenever you're brushing away the fallout, just be very careful and use a very fluffy brush so that it doesn't smear on your base. And because that shade that we applied in the center of our lid is very similar to the shade that was already on the lid, except it was a little bit lighter, you can't necessarily tell that there's a different shade in the middle unless you're closely paying attention to the detail in the eye look. But I do believe that it makes a big difference because now that your eye look has a little bit more light to it and it looks a little bit more brighter. And when you move your head around and the light hits the different shimmers in the metallic shimmery shades, there is a slight difference. I'm going to tightline using the Lorac Front of the Line Pro eyeliner pencil in the shade dark brown. The mascara I'm going to use today is by Ulta Beauty and it is called the Maximum Lashes Defining and Lengthening Mascara. For lips, I'm going to apply the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lip in the shade Double Dare. And if you wanted to, you can keep the look right here and have more of a monochromatic feel to your look with your lips and your eyes being the same shades. But I don't necessarily like that with the shirt I'm wearing right now because then it's too much color. So I'm going to go over that Double Dare shade with the shade Bow and Arrow. That is it for this video, and I will say that it was the first time using this palette today, and I will say that the matte shades do not have any fallout that I noticed. They are not as pigmented as they appear in the pan, but they are buildable. So you can get that dark pigmented color that appears from the pan on your actual eye. It does take a little bit of building, but they're easily buildable. The only color I had difficulty blending was that dark black shade right here, and it's not necessarily a dark black, it's more of a dark gray. And also, I do wish I would have either wet the metallic shimmery shades or applied excess powder under my eyes. If I would have wet the colors, they wouldn't have as much fallout because once you wet a shimmery eyeshadow, they tend to stick together and not have as much fallout. Or if I wanted to use it dry, I should have applied powder under my eyes, and that way the excess powder under my eyes would have caught the fallout, and removing the excess fallout would have been easier, and I would have been better able to remove it without messing up my foundation. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.